Welcome, everybody, to What's New. I'm Betsy Kling alongside my co-host, Jay Crawford.
I'm just noticing the background.
Yeah.
And boy, that sums it up, doesn't it? That really is the feeling that we've had here really all week. Thanks so much for choosing What's New. We have a jam-packed show today. Betsy, good Thursday evening to you and, of course, to everyone watching at home.
Yeah, we're going to start, though, with the weather.
Of course.
Because we've got more snow that is coming down. Outside now on North Coast Harbor, though, that's where the Ice Festival begins tonight. Perfect night for it, too, with these frigid temperatures, a little snow to go along with it. Matt, it is the cold air that is popping this lake effect, and we ended up having a couple winter weather advisories pop as well.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Some localized areas, as lake effect is, right, getting hit pretty decently with some reduced visibilities and a couple inches of snow. And this isn't going to be a blockbuster event. It's going to end hopefully tomorrow morning, and especially over the next couple hours, we'll start to see things kind of tame down. But you can see what we're dealing with. Not widespread, but we've got a couple main bands of snow. Another one's starting to develop over towards Lorain County now, but the areas in blue, that's where your winter weather advisory is until 4 o'clock in the morning. And as we take a deep dive in here out towards the east side, 271's been seeing some heavier snow. Mayfield Heights, that stretches down to the Bedford Heights area over towards Pepper Pike. Look at the interstate right now. This is 271 at White Road. We do have snow cover in the express lanes, a slow go in the local lanes. That's pretty much all it is right now, is a slow go. Some of those ramps are experiencing some problems as well. Heaviest snow right now is right on that Medina and Summit County line near the Granger area, getting down towards Wadsworth. Copley seeing some decent snow just east of you. All of this being driven by cold air. That cold air will continue over the next 7 days. We've got your numbers for you and some more snow in the forecast. Details coming up.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Now on your feet at 5, the dust has settled from Cleveland's first significant snowfall since new Mayor Justin Bibb took office, and he didn't pull any punches today when explaining why the cleanup was not exactly a smooth one.
Mark Namick joins us now from the newsroom with the fallout. And Mark, I can imagine there's been a lot of discussion about this week.
There has been on social media, and that's where we begin. Mayor Bibb used social media to respond to those social media complaints and, sorry for the pun, a blizzard of calls to City Hall and council offices that followed Monday's snowstorm, which left more than a foot of snow on the side streets. Just weeks into the job, the new mayor threw the old mayor under the plow. Former Mayor Frank Jackson's administration often earned criticism for its poor snow removal. Bibb pledged to fix what Jackson left broken, saying he would invest in crews and equipment.
I heard your comments, your concerns, and your frustrations. Monday's snowstorm hit our city hard. We used every truck, snowplow, and driver available, but it wasn't good enough. I inherited a broken system that needs significant overhaul and investment. I heard you. We need a new snow removal plan to ensure we are better prepared for the next storm.
Bibb also used the video to thank the city crews who were working around the clock out there, and he pledged to have a preliminary review of what needs to be fixed, complete it next week, and shares that with the public, he said.
All right, the mayor is talking about making changes, but what can he really do, and how's that different from what's been done in the past, or at least what's been tried in the past?
Yeah, I said earlier this week we have a new mayor, but the same old problem, and that is slow snow removal on the side streets. Things that they have to look at is the crew. Do they have enough? Are they trained? Because if they're not, they're breaking plows and equipment. That's part of the problem. Do they have enough equipment? And in the past, Jay, we've talked about it before, they have invested in software and technology that was supposed to have helped them guide them on the streets, make it more efficient, but it never really got off the ground. Bibb has talked a lot on the campaign trail about being Mr. Technology and the need to invest in that. We'll see what happens. Got to give him a little bit of time. He's only been there a few weeks, and maybe we'll have another snowstorm before this season is out.
Mark, real quick, was the mayor's street plowed?
Yeah, he lives downtown and recently told me on the campaign trail that he was actually getting rid of a car. He does walk and travel by other means, but he is on Euclid Avenue, so we did see that plowed. It was fairly clean, maybe on day 2, but that's really not where most of the residents in this city are living, of course.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Well, now we turn the page to our daily COVID numbers here in Ohio. And for the second straight day, our new cases top 20,000, but still remain below our 21-day rolling average. Today's number, 21,664. Hospitalizations are down again, and this marks the 10th straight day they are in decline. We hit our pandemic peak in terms of patients in Ohio hospitals exactly 10 days ago. We had over 6,700 COVID-19 patients. That number today, all the way down to 5,730. Now, the big question with COVID right now is, where are we in terms of the Omicron surge? Sarah Shookman spoke to doctors about this very topic today. Sarah, what'd you find out?
Well, Jay, the Ohio Department of Health Director, Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff, said that's the question that they keep getting. And he said what we're seeing here, at least in Northeast Ohio, is very promising. But other parts of the state are still seeing rising Omicron cases, particularly in Western Ohio and Southwest Ohio near Dayton and Cincinnati. And that explains why we are still seeing the state's daily numbers continue at near record levels, which continues to strain hospitals all over. We know Cleveland Clinic, as you see here, is now getting federal help. The 20 medical professionals from the U.S. Air Force arrived yesterday and are in orientation now. They're expected to be put to work later this week. Northeast Ohio's Zone 1 reports an impressive 24% drop in hospitalizations just over the last week. But the raw numbers remain higher than they were during last winter's surge.
We have to remember that that number is still very high, and the highest it has been in the pandemic. So even at the Cleveland Clinic, 10 to 12 days ago, we peaked at about 1,200 patients within our hospital system. Thankfully today, again, it's down to about 700.
And like at Cleveland Clinic, today we learned Summa Health's Akron Hospital will be getting federal help. Summa and the Ohio Department of Health confirmed FEMA has approved the deployment of a medical response team there. Now, locally, they say they're still waiting for the details on the makeup of that team and when they will arrive here in Northeast Ohio. They told me they'll get back in touch when they can share more. Jay?
All right. Obviously, Northeast Ohio was hit with the Omicron surge before the rest of the state. So now while we're in decline, they're starting to see their surges elsewhere. Sarah Shookman, great information. Thanks.
Sure.
Well, now to something that's kind of cool, everybody. I got an email in my inbox from some folks down in Stark County, and I want to share what they sent. This time of the year obviously can be very exhausting with our gray skies and the snow and the bone-chilling wind chills. But there's beauty to behold in all of this, too. And sometimes it can come in a very unexpected place. Look and especially listen to Sippo Lake in Canton. Now, obviously, you're probably going, oh, that's not possible, but it totally is. It's a Star Wars-like sound. Sarah Betts in Canton sent this. Sippo Lake is in Stark County, part of the Stark County Park District. It's right in between Canton and Massillon, so Perry area. And what you are hearing is the ice that is expanding and contracting in temperature variations with air temperature and also water temperature. Both air and water act as a liquid. And so they're flowing and constantly moving. And where you get those little variations in the temperature, the ice, that's the boundary, expands and contracts. And every time you have those little molecular bonds expand and contract, they make a concussion.
That's incredible.
The concussion makes a sound. Sound waves propagate as waves.
Sure.
And this is all about being in the right place at the right time.
Is this happening underwater or
This is
above?
the ice itself that's making these noises. So when you're in the exact perfect spot,
you can hear it.
You can hear it because the sound waves, the frequency of the sound waves will actually interact together, the high frequencies and the low frequencies. And in this case, it's the high frequencies that are winning out. And so you hear that pew.
It's very rare, right? I saw a video last year, but I think it was in like Great Britain or something.
It is. It's been on video before, but it is absolutely about being in the perfect place at the perfect time to get that.
Really cool.
Really cool.
I wish I could have seen it in person. Yeah. I bet it was even better there.
Mm-hmm. Well, next for us here on What's New, we are checking in on Stephanie's social experiment. Have you heard about this? She's playing Powerball every week, and she'll explain why she's doing it and the odds of her winning.
Then Heidi Klum is making headlines for insuring something many of us had no idea was even insurable. We'll explain coming up in Pop Rate. Welcome back to What's New. If you are following our digital anchor Stephanie Haney on social media, you may have noticed that she's in the middle of this social experiment involving Powerball lottery, student loans, and New Year's resolutions.
Well, Stephanie's here to explain what she is doing. And Stephanie, I know you're going to answer this, but where does this even come from? We always tell people that the Powerball is not the way to plan your financial future, and then here you go and do this.
I know. Well, you know I love to do weird things online, so here we are. Now, this idea came to me a few weeks ago when we're actually talking about that latest big Powerball jackpot and those winners. You all remember this. Yeah. I wonder what the odds are on the people that end up winning. I'd love to know exactly how much they spent before they won that $1 million. I think the moral of the story is I'm updating my student loan payoff plan. That right there, that is where this idea was born. It is my New Year's resolution to put a dent in my student loans. And listen, I am not alone on this. But so many of us feel like we really need to go to drastic measures to get this done, to have any hope of doing it, because the total national federal student loan debt is almost $1.6 trillion, you guys. That's split between about 43 million Americans, and the average debt for each person is just over 37 grand. Now, I won't bore you with the details, but I will say I am well above the national average on that one, folks. So you can see why winning the Powerball is very appealing. But listen, I know the odds are against me. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are 1 in more than 292 million. I have better odds of getting killed by a shark, or finding a 4-leaf clover, which my mom is actually very good at, by the way, or being struck by lightning, which seems alarmingly likely by comparison here. That is another story. But none of those things pay. And I also don't need to win the jackpot. So here we are. Every Wednesday, I am playing the Powerball to see if it really pays off, for one, and also if it can pay down some of my student loan debt. I'll get one ticket with the prize multiplier, so I'll spend $3 every week. And every Wednesday at 11 p.m., you can join me live on my Instagram page to see if we win. Now, I'll track what I spend versus what I win on WKYC.com every single Thursday, and I have 2 drawings under my belt now, and as you can probably guess, because I am here and we have a series here, I have not matched a single number yet, but I am undeterred, Jay and Betsy. We have 50 more weeks to go, and we'll check in here on what's new every now and then, and we'll just see how it's going. We'll run those numbers. I know Jay likes those numbers.
Betsy, I don't know about you, but the way she said, I am here, implies that if she wins, she would leave our What's New family.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a PTO day. I'd be back, but just a vacation.
Okay. Well, we would allow one day for sure. I'm curious, how are you picking the numbers?
Okay, so I looked into this and I'm doing the quick pick because I've read you have better odds of not having to split the prize this way since most people stick with dates and things like that, and those numbers tend to overlap. So this is a real exercise of my life motto. Let's see what happens. And fingers crossed, you guys.
All right, so I'm just going to throw this out there. 50 more weeks to go, $3 a week. That's $600, girlfriend.
156.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, is it?
It's 52 times 3.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a
156.
minute.
It's okay. I did the math in advance, Betsy. I know. It's fine. Don't worry.
Betsy's strong suit is not math. She is a meteorologist.
I have some liquid courage somewhere in my desk that I'm off to get right now.
She's literally left the set. Well, look, I would recommend, Steph, that you continue on this plan and keep us posted on how it goes. I've been playing for years, never won anything. Matt, your weather word today is jackpot. See what I did there?
I did.
Okay.
I'm not doing any numbers ever again.
Hey, Betsy,
I had nothing to do with the
calculate how much
forecast.
time off I get this year real quick? Just give me some numbers there.
600 days, according to Betsy.
See you guys in 2024.
It's been a
It'll be
long
great.
week.
I get it. It certainly has been. We'll get that word into the weather for sure, Jay. Lake effect snow is what we're dealing with tonight. If you're not dealing with lake effect snow, you're dealing with the cold, and get used to that. We're in a stretch of about 200 plus hours. It looks like that we're going to stay at or below freezing. A couple days come close, but you notice your evening out forecast, we're dealing with snow, temperatures dropping back into the teens. Lake effect snow continues. It's not just off Lake Erie. We're getting some priming from the northern lakes, so that brings a little bit extra moisture in. We've got a pretty decent band heading into Lake County, eastern side of Cuyahoga County. A look at traffic. We have had some problems, especially areas of 480 and 271 on the east side from Pepper Pike all the way down towards the split there. And you can see we do have some slower traffic there, not just because it's rush hour, but also because we've got some snow-covered roads out there. So one band coming in here. This has been our most prolific band as we've gone over the last couple hours. We've watched this transition from Lake County down to the south. Still dealing with decent snow as you get out towards the east side. This is a live look courtesy ODOT. This is up near White Road 271 there. Improving visibility over when we first saw that camera earlier in the shot. You can see down towards the south, though, this is all just west of the Akron area, but these bands getting pretty far south down into Wadsworth. Reduced visibility in Broadview Heights as well. Coming down pretty good. Visibility will go down very briefly. You know how lake effect works, and then you'll be out of it. I mentioned the priming off the northern lakes. Not just Lake Erie moisture is being provided, but Lake Huron, as that flow comes across, it also picks up some moisture from up near Lake Superior. So we get a little bit extra oomph to this because Lake Erie not going to be providing much longer as we're going to start to ice things over. And speaking of ice, boy, is it cold across the Great Lakes and the northern Midwest. We've got temperatures right now that are at or below zero just north of the Canadian border. And look at the cold all the way down in the southeastern United States. They're in the 30s. And they're going to have some ice as far south as southern Texas. How about that? So this cold air is far reaching. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. These are your morning temperatures the next 5 mornings. Notice the goose egg there Saturday morning. A lot of you will be below zero. And then you notice as we go through time, no big warm-ups in the future. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. So you notice wind chills are in blue. That's the number that matters. We have lake effect snow tonight. Tomorrow, it'll all wind down tomorrow morning. Wind will turn northeasterly, so we'll likely get a little bit of lake snow in Lorain, even Erie counties before everything kind of winds on down. But it's going to be cold tomorrow, and Saturday morning, it is going to be really cold. If you're playing the lottery this weekend and, perhaps you hit the jackpot, I think as you head down to Florida might be a good option, as we'll have temperatures that, are going to be in the 20s and 30s over the next couple days. A little bit of snow over the weekend. We'll detail that and tell you about how much we're thinking coming up.
All right. Thanks so much, Matt. Coming up for us next, the new trailer for this year's Super Bowl halftime show has been released. We'll show you more of it coming up in Pop.
Yeah, a lot of excitement about this year's halftime show. Plus, one reporter's story turns into a story about her. The terrifying moment caught on live TV and how this young woman handled the entire situation. This is incredible.
I'm Matt. We are talking Super Bowl halftime show today, and I don't have any sad news. I know, right? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right, time for our Thursday pop break, and I'm dying to find out what Heidi Klum ensured that most people didn't know you could.
Well, I know who knows, and that'd be Kira Cotton, who joins us now from the newsroom with that story and other headlines from Hollywood. Hey, Keith.
Hi, Jay and Betsy. You know, we've got a lot going on today, but up first, we've got a baby update. I told you guys last week that co-host of The Real, Jeannie Mai, welcomed her bundle of joy with husband Jeezy. But now we know the baby's name. Welcome to the world, baby Monaco. While we still don't know if it's a boy or a girl, in a nursery tour posted to her YouTube channel, Jeannie Mai shared that the baby is named after the city in France where she and Jeezy discussed their goals and their future life together. So congratulations again to Jeannie and Jeezy on their new addition. And did you know that you can insure your own body parts? Until today, I didn't know either. During an appearance on The Ellen Show, supermodel Heidi Klum revealed that a client once put an insurance policy on her legs. The cost? A whopping $2 million. And get this, her legs aren't created equal. Due to a scar from her childhood, one is worth $1 million, while the other is worth $1.2 million. Talk about having a leg up. And it's time now for your Eagles code word. Today's word is wasted. You can head over to WKYC.com/contest and enter the word for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the concert the Eagles are set to perform at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in March. And Super Bowl 56 is a little over 2 weeks away, and while we don't know who's taking the field, we do know who's taking the stage during halftime. This morning, Pepsi released the trailer for the highly anticipated show starring Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Dr. Dre. The video shows each of the music titans preparing for the big show in their very own way. And in the end, the group of superstars meet up and they're seen walking into SoFi Stadium ready to take the stage. Now, the 2022 Super Bowl will take place Sunday, February 13th, right here on 3. Jay and Betsy, I'm super excited for that halftime show. Who do you guys think will be the best?
Snoop.
Dre.
Snoop.
I'm going Team Dre all the way. The riff that we played just a little bit of there is, for my money, when I hear it, I don't care what's going on, I can't sit still. It is the best riff in the history of music for me, and I think that show is going to be completely nuts.
It'll be fun.
Can't wait. By the way, I'm trying to imagine how the insurance adjusters had Heidi Klum in a room going, no, I got the left one worth $1 million, but this right one, that's 1.2 to me. What?
I'm going to start insuring mine. I think I can do it.
Mine? They'd be like, yeah.
Worth $600 apiece. Okay, Keith, thank you. You've got to pay attention to this next story. This clip is actually very scary.
Yeah.
Let me begin by saying, thankfully, everyone was okay after a terrifying accident in which a reporter was actually hit by a car, and all this played out, Bets, on live TV.
It did. It happened Wednesday night as Tori Yorgi was reporting on a water main break near Charleston, West Virginia. A car came from behind her and knocked her over. But before you know it, she is back up. The camera comes back up, and she didn't even miss a beat.
Unfortunately, in freeze thaw, we see this water main breaks.
Oh my gosh, I just got got hit by a car, but I'm okay. I just got hit by a car, but I'm okay, Tim.
That's the first for you on TV, Tori.
We're all good. I'm okay. Yeah, you know, that's live TV for you. It's all good. I actually got hit by a car in college, too, just like that.
Wow.
I am so glad I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're okay.
Bless her heart, right?
She was more worried about the woman who hit her, who came back to check on her. She did go to the hospital.
We're good, Tim.
Luckily,
Man,
she is fine.
Okay.
Tim's line threw me a little bit. Well, there you go. That's a first on live TV.
And where's the control room? Like, cut to commercial, go find something. Like, we don't know what this is going to do. Like, that's a scary situation when you're sitting in a control room. You know, you have no idea. Thank God she started talking right away. Like, and for her, that was the not missing a beat part, because that basically everybody was just glued to that moment.
She continued the whole report.
She popped up.
You know, my first thought was, too, what's the control room doing?
She did not curse.
She didn't curse.
That's what you would have heard if this had happened to me.
And most of us, by the way. But the amazing thing was, while I think the instinct would have been for the control room to cut away because you don't know what happened.
Right.
It's really amazing that they didn't, and a testament to her.
Right.
Because you got to see how calm this woman is under pressure. And by the way, if you're wondering, where is this woman going? Because she said in that report, this happens to me on my last week on the job. Next week, she starts a new job as a reporter at a television station in Pittsburgh. So they're getting a good one.
They are.
But thankfully, no one was hurt.
Wow.
I've watched that 3 times today, and every time it takes my breath away when she gets hit.
First time I saw it, I was like, there would be words of flying.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty if that was me. Woo. I can tell you that. Okay, ahead in the second half hour of What's New. On Monday, we told you the crazy travel story of Donna Kelce. That's the mother of Cleveland Heights natives Jason and Travis Kelce. Well, we're going to hear how she went to great lengths to see both of her sons' playoff games, which were miles and miles apart, on the same day.
And Akron is home to an award-winning therapy poodle. And we thought that sounded like a really great story for our Mike Polk. He introduces us to the proud pooch coming up.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
We start tonight with 3 things you need to know at 5:30. earlier in the show, Sarah showed us video from yesterday of National Guard troops getting a round of applause for leaving after they'd been helping there. But today, UH Parma Medical Center cheered on many of the National Guard members as they were leaving their hospital for the last time. Some of the group returned to their post today. The National Guard supported the hospital during the latest COVID surge. Some members are staying back to offer more support.
Meanwhile, more help is on the way for SUMA hospital workers in Akron. The Ohio Department of Health announced today that FEMA will support the healthcare workers as they deal with a high volume of patients due to COVID. 3 News has asked for additional details, and we will bring them to you as soon as we get them.
And number 3, the NBA is getting Cleveland ready for the All-Star game. That, of course, happens next month. Today, crews placed the All-Star logo near the Cleveland script sign, so basically a one-stop shop for selfies. The cutouts are at the Tremont, Edgewater Park, North Coast, Harbor, Euclid Beach, and airport locations. There will also be a temporary Cleveland script sign that will be outside Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse next week, and it will stay there through the All-Star game. And with that, we welcome you back to What's New with Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford. It makes having the All-Star game in Cleveland even more exciting that the Cavaliers are in the hunt for the East. And I don't say that lightly. They're currently in the 6th seed.
Right.
Top 8 teams in the East make the playoffs. And while that sounds like it's not that great, they're only 2.5 games from the top overall seed in the Eastern Conference. They are having that good of a season.
And this is
fun to
a
watch.
totally unexpected season.
It is.
It's like this team just came out of nowhere, and everybody all of a sudden is like, oh, yeah, the Cavs.
I remember them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, with LeBron, this was expected. But with this team, Betsy's right. Big surprise.
It's awesome.
They're doing huge things. Okay, let's now move to our top talker. She is the mom making so many headlines. On Sunday, Cleveland Heights native Donna Kelce traveled to watch her 2 sons play in 2 separate NFL playoff games. And yes, they were in 2 different cities, all just hours apart. Jason Kelce played first for the Eagles and then lost in that game to Tampa Bay. Then a few hours later, Travis and the Chiefs beat the Steelers in Kansas City. I talked to Mom Donna today about her wild travel day to make sure she was there for both of her boys.
First, you have to get to the Tampa game, so we got an Uber over, and it's very easy to get to Tampa, Stadium, Raymond James, but it's not easy to get out. And that's true of most stadiums after the game's over. But I decided I'd leave in the 4th quarter, or at least at the end of the 3rd quarter, because I knew it was going to be just a madhouse of cars and people getting out, and I'd never make it to the airport. Finally got out of there, took a taxi back to the airport, grabbed my luggage, which was already at the hotel that is in the Tampa airport. It's just a very easy trip because the Tampa airport is so close to the stadium. So it worked out really well, and got on the plane. And there was a crew there, from Kansas City, because they had been following it. And so they were there and they said, "Did you know your son just got a touchdown?" I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "How exciting, but I got to go." So.
Were you in the stadium? Because I know it was early in the 4th quarter, so you got to see that in person.
Yes. Yeah, I got there right after halftime.
What was that moment like for you, watching him throw a touchdown pass?
He's been talking about that since he was 5. I hope it continues on for Travis. It's not going to continue on for Jason this year. So we're kind of hoping for Eagles Chiefs, Super Bowl, but that didn't come to fruition.
No, it's really incredible. So Jason already has a Super Bowl ring. He won with the Eagles a couple of years back when they beat the Patriots. And Travis is going for his 2nd Super Bowl ring. She's so proud of her boys, and rightfully so. We were talking about, Travis. I said, boy, he sure would have looked good in a Browns uniform. And she said that he was crushed when the Browns didn't select him out of Cincinnati. She said both Travis and Jason grew up a huge Browns fan.
Sure.
And they root for all Cleveland sports teams. And she said he was crushed when he wasn't drafted out of college. But now she said you'd have to pry him out of Kansas City with the quarterback and coach combo he has there, and you can understand why.
Did you ask her about the private jet?
I wanted to. But Bets, she had such a good plan laid out.
Of course
Tampa's
she did.
airport is a mile from Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah.
What she didn't count on was the difficulty in getting transportation from the stadium to the airport because, of course, 65,000 people are leaving at the same time.
And then going through security and
But You know what? It was planes,
Brutal.
trains, and automobiles. And she is going to this weekend's game. Kansas City's hosting Buffalo. And she said, we're getting there Saturday. It's going to be a much easier travel weekend.
Oh, that's
so
great.
good luck to Travis Kelce and Mom Donna.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, coming up for us, a miniature poodle has won a big prize for the city of Akron. And Mike Polk Jr. is going to tell us what it's all about.
And it's Throwdown Thursday. Today, we're taking the cold into account. We're going to find out what Betsy and I do and don't know about cold and how it could save your life and save you money.
Please don't let there be math. Please don't let there be
No
math.
math involved.
Please don't let there be
right,
math.
Matt?
No more math rest of the show, I promise.
I
After
can't
math
take
stats,
it.
we're done. It'll be good. Speaking of done, this is kind of how I think a lot of people are feeling about maybe Northeast Ohio winter this year, right? We kind of missed it, and it's like, we had a snowstorm that was nice, and that's, maybe we're done. Maybe let's just start bringing on some 40s and 50s and sunshine. Unfortunately, not in the forecast. We've got it for you next.
All right, here it is. It is 5:39. It's chilly out there. We still have lake effect snow, and Matt has a stat.
Yep, we've got a real good number for you today. Decided to go a little higher than usual. So the number is 600. I don't know if you guys have heard 600.
Yes.
Yeah, right. All right, it's 600. If we go full screen, my eyes aren't serving me very well. The total spent on yearly lotto tickets if you spend $3 a week. Betsy, I'll let you think about that one. Is it the number of times Jay said, this is the best thing ever? Is it the number of two-ply tissues in this box of two-ply tissues here? Pretty giant box. Or is it the number of seconds in 10 minutes?
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
You on that a little bit over there.
Are you sure there's not 150 somewhere in there?
There's math involved, Beth.
Not this
I
week.
don't like this.
Betsy, you're about to go 2 for 2. I feel it. You won yesterday. You got this one. Just think. If you need scrap paper, it's over in the Weather Center. All right, 3 things to know. The lake effect snow that we have is going to wind down as we get into tomorrow morning. Winds will veer out. We've got some drier air moving in, but we've got a night of some lake effect to get through first. Very cold mornings ahead, and we do have the Clipper train. Remember, I talked about that yesterday. Alberta Clippers are going to be zipping through here as we get on the next 5 days or so. Each one of them could bring us a quick hit of snow. But speaking of quick hit of snow, boy, we've got some big old fluffy flakes falling today, and that continues tonight. We've got winter weather advisories, areas in blue there. That is our secondary snow belt, right? Not normally out towards Lake Ashtabula, Geauga County. This one's the center stage here, and you can see we've got a couple organized bands. This one continues to bring a steady snow now back into the Menor, Painesville area. You went snow-free over the last hour or so. Pretty good hit of snow by Hinckley, getting down towards Granger. This is staying to the west of Akron. And look, it goes through Wadsworth, gets all the way down in areas of Wayne County with some flakes right now. And this is picked up over the last hour. Avon, Lake Avon, down towards North Ridgeville. Another little band of snow that's developed. May pick up a quick half inch from that over the next half hour or so. The flow is out of the north. You know the cold air's here, but we're getting that priming off the northern lakes. So it's not just Lake Erie moisture, it's additional moisture from Huron and Superior as well. And look at the cold air all the way down to the southern United States. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast, a brutally cold start tomorrow. We'll be down near 0 if you get away from the lake. It'll be a cold day tomorrow. We'll eventually bust out that sunshine after perhaps some lake flurries out towards the east. The coldest spot is going to be Saturday morning. That is going to be our cold time frame. Look at temperatures, perhaps below 0 in spots, feeling more like -15 to -20 at times. Very, very cold Saturday morning. In terms of our quick hits of snow, here you go. Sunday, weak system glides through. Better chance of some snow on Monday with some more formidable accumulation, maybe a couple inches out of that. We'll see. And then we turn to some lake effect snow and pretty quiet next week. But then things might change as we get into the weekend. But again, we've got some time to keep an eye on any potential snow. Just trying to clean up my Kleenex box here. All right, Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. Notice the temp drop. We're up and down through the 20s and 30s over the next couple days with those periodic snowfall chances. Much, much colder again next week. Guys, we're not breaking out of this cold pattern anytime soon. All right, 600. What do you got? Betsy,
I'm going to say it's the number of times Jay said this is the best thing ever because I counted it. And that's what it is.
It's at least 600. I think it's actually over. As much as I want to say A, I gotta go with D because you know how much I hate to get these questions wrong.
Yeah, that's true. And I would imagine Betsy would go D as well. But you're absolutely right, Jay. Good job. It's the number of whatever seconds there in 10 minutes. So. Yeah. Good job, everybody.
And by the way, I think on the bright side here, she just saved Stephanie Haney $344.
Hundreds.
$444.
See, you can't even do it now, too.
I was a lot closer than you were.
I'm polluting everybody's math brains.
That's great.
Sorry.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yep.
This is a great story. A prize-winning poodle hails from right here in Northeast Ohio. Eli recently won the grand prize in the 2021 AKC Virtual Dog Trick National Competition. I didn't even know that was a thing. So naturally, when we found out, we sent our Mike Polk out to meet little Eli and his mom, Leslie, and learn what makes this talented pup so special.
I don't often become starstruck, but it's not every day that you get to sit down with a national title holder. So I'll admit I was pretty intimidated when I found myself face-to-face with a champion and that champion's champion trainer.
I'm Leslie Gellish, and this is my dog, Eli. Well, we won the AKC 2021 Virtual Trick Dog Competition.
That's right. The American Kennel Club Virtual Dog Trick Competition grand prize winner resides right in our own backyard. He's a miniature poodle from Akron named Eli, and he bested over 140 other hopeful pooches on his way to sweet, sweet victory.
It has to be 6 minutes.
Okay.
No more than 6 minutes.
No more than
it could
6.
be less than 6. And it has to have a minimum of 10 tricks, but Eli did 31.
Gellish knew that Eli had the talent and the moxie to win, but realized it would take a little razzle-dazzle to put him over the top. Naturally, she turned to Batman.
I did not really appreciate everybody's just over the moon with this Batman thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, I didn't know that up front.
By co-opting nerd culture like that, you really did put yourself in a good situation.
But I didn't do that. I did a lot of things intentionally, but
right.
that wasn't one of them.
In this award-winning entry, Eli ran a gauntlet of 31 Batman-themed tricks in 6 minutes, and the dramatic flair KO'd the judges.
Holy cow! Robin forgot to fill the tank again. Batman has to push.
Here at Eli's top secret training facility in Talmadge, I was treated to a first-hand look at how the magic was made.
Go get it. Go get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Wish I had a tiny basket, but where would I find? Oh my gosh, there's a tiny basket. That dog's remarkable.
I was even given the chance for a brief one-on-one interview with the champion himself.
To be a champion comes with its own pressures, obviously.
But when I turned to some hard-hitting questions, he seemed to take offense.
By now, you've heard the rumors of you using performance-enhancing drugs to accomplish what you accomplish. And I had to ask the question.
Eli is still becoming accustomed to the spotlight and all of the trappings that come with being on top. But the members of his entourage are doing their best to keep him grounded and humble. Sure, Eli has taken on the unmistakable swagger of anyone who has been named the best of the best, but he hasn't lost the common touch or forgotten where he came from. And I'm happy to report that he remains a very good boy.
So great. Thank you so much. You were amazing, honestly.
This is Mike Polk, basking in a local dog's victory for 3 News.
Wonder what happened when Mike Polk got home and McDuff
smelled
him. McDuff is Mike's cat.
Yeah, that probably, he had some splaining to do. But Mike is a serious journalist, and he had to ask the hard-hitting questions. And he had to ask about the performance. I mean, all the dog world is talking about it. He has to be on performance-enhancing drugs. And Eli just didn't like the question. Next question, please.
Oh, my word.
That was good. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Made me smile.
Next on What's New, from frostbite to energy efficiency, we're going to be talking cold weather in today's Throwdown Thursday. Oh, sorry, Throwdown Thursday.
600 is the answer. Then Monica rocks. Our Monica Robbins shares an update on her road to recovery after her brain surgery. Her inspiring words are coming up in our Show Us Something Good.
All right, you hear the music, and now you know it is time for Throwdown Thursday. And it is no joke, it is cold. It's freezing, actually. It's below freezing, more correctly, and it's going to stay this way for a bit.
Yeah, hundreds of hours, right, Matt? I think that's what you said before. So we figured we'd test our knowledge today on cold weather facts, from safety to saving money, which is always right in Betsy's wheelhouse, and much, much more. So Matt Wentz is our host. Matt, take it away.
Yeah, we got this today, guys. All right, first one, with cold weather come heating costs. According to NOPEC, what was the average gas bill for residents in Cleveland last year? A, $52.47, B, $76.67, or C, $91.66.
That's for the whole year?
Yeah, the average. I think that would be the average bill.
Oh, the average bill
Yeah,
for the
right,
month. Okay.
right.
Yeah, I'm going to guess on that one because I really
Average bill
don't
for
know.
the entire year. So if we took the entire year and made an average,
I'm confused now.
that's me too.
But
I
I'm
didn't
just
write
going to
the
go with
question.
the middle answer, whatever it was.
You think middle answer? Yep.
That's
$76.
One.
So
Okay.
if you're budgeting for the gas bill every month, $76, that's
not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
The average price per MCF is just over $9. That's about 20% lower than national average. So we're paying about 20% less than the national average.
Pays to be in Cleveland.
I think my little cling cling ding ding.
Try it.
I need it worked. You were talking and then you buzzed in and answered. So I think I need a gong.
Jay's
now.
just playing by himself right now.
I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, number 2, true or false? Electric furnaces have the same lifespan as gas furnaces. Who's that?
You got to answer
I'm going to
that
say
one.
false.
Betsy, you're absolutely right. Why would we ask the question if it were true?
Yeah, exactly.
Electric
Easy.
furnaces have a projected lifespan of 20 to 30 years, and gas
Yep.
furnaces on average will only last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I've heard that the electric's the way to go with that.
Combustion.
That's the way to go. That's
Okay,
right, Betsy.
number 3.
All right. Frostbite is very serious and can damage your skin tissue. So to keep safe, how long does it take for exposed skin to get frostbite once you go below 0? Is it A, 5 minutes, B, about 20 minutes, or C, about 30 minutes?
What's the wind speed?
That's what I wanted to know.
600. I'm going to go with 30 minutes. I can't imagine it happens in 5 minutes or even 20.
It can, but not at that one. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
30 minutes is absolutely right.
Right, 3 for
Frostbite
that.
can affect any part of your body. Hands, feet, ears, nose, and lips are most likely to be affected by that. All right. I agree with the wind speed, Betsy. All right, number 4. What does the U.S. government Department of Energy suggest people set their thermostats to for best energy efficiency? Go ahead, Bets.
72.
Wow.
No?
Little
Really?
little warm. Yes, little warm.
Yeah,
surprised.
For efficiency, I'm going to go 68.
Yeah, that's right, Jay.
There we go.
Yep, 68 is it. So
This lamp is going to be on my desk for another week at least.
I hope my
hate
wife is
today.
listening. 68, honey.
Please
77 is
just
not
answer
efficient.
600 for
I
this
just
last
ate this
question.
all day.
Betsy, you're doing fine. There's more to it than the leg lamp. You're fine. All right, snowflakes. This is the last one. For all the marbles, snowflakes come in all types of different sizes and shapes. In fact, back in January 1887, we all remember that one, what's believed to be the largest snowflake ever recorded? How wide was it?
Oh.
6 inches, 15 inches, or 24 inches?
Snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just go
For the
for
win.
the wrong answer out of the gate.
Go for it.
It's a single snowflake, so I would say 6 inches.
That would be my thought. Jay?
Well, there's no way it's 2 feet. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't even believe it would be 15 inches. But I guess that's all that's left, because if there was a 2-foot snowflake, I'm getting out of here.
We had some 1-footers out in Lake County this morning,
It's
but
a
yeah.
single
The
snowflake?
So
First
it
of all-
fell in Fort something, Montana, on a ranch, and for perspective, 15 inches is the length of a bowling pin.
Who measured it? How did you possibly measure the snowflake?
Now,
was
the way the
15
question was worded, how big was it believed to be?
Believed to be.
Yes.
I call Boulder Dash on our fact checkers.
Yeah, 15.
Well-
a snowflake that big?
A single crystal. A single snow crystal?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Those
are some big
And there were
dendrites.
probably millions of them in the sky at that time.
It was just one, Jay. Just one.
Just one.
Pretty sure it came out
They
of an
were all
airplane.
little bitty snowflakes, and then here comes this big monster
big
granddaddy
one.
snowflake.
Watch out, everybody.
Okay, Matt, thank you very
Hey,
much.
Russ, you're good at
I'll be
math. Do you want to
keeping
come
this.
over and finish the show over here?
Today was a math-oriented
I need to
show.
go across the street. I'm having one of those days.
Coming up, you've been asking for an update on our Monica Robbins, and now we have one. We're going to tell you how she's doing, and we'll do it in her own words.
Then on What Matters Most at 6, remembering Officer Bartek, the special gathering in Cleveland's 5th District to honor him as work to make the city's streets safer. It does continue.
Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Good evening, I'm Russ Mitchell.
Really?
We got it exactly. It was coming down.
Right. So that was the main band this morning was coming off the Ural.
On? Okay.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, we now have an update on our girl, Monica Robbins. Last month, she had her second surgery for a brain tumor, and she wrote on Facebook that physically the incision has healed and looks pretty good, but there's still a little swelling, and the scar is prohibiting her eyelid from closing all the way, which is causing pain and some vision problems. She also has significant nerve damage she's dealing with. But our girl Monica always finds a way to stay positive. And she added, "I'm not telling you this for sympathy. I just want to be real. Everyone has something going on, and each of us have to travel our own paths, our own way. I'll find mine. You can believe that." And we know she will. Monica is a fighter, and we are all praying for her and cannot wait to see her back in our 3 News studios. And thanks to everybody who's left messages. She is getting your messages, so please keep them coming.
And they make a difference.
They do.
They do. Thinking about you, Mom. We're out of time. Back tomorrow at 5, and we'll see you then.
What Matters Most with Russ and Laura starts right now.
Now at 6, more snow and cold. After days of digging out from that major storm, more snow and brutal cold are making it tough to get around tonight. Betsy's tracking the latest. Also, storm response time.
I heard you. We need a new snow removal plan to ensure we are better prepared for the next storm.
Mayor Bibb vows his crews will do a better job after a rough start this week. It's a nice night for ice. It's tough on drivers, but it's perfect for a one-of-a-kind festival along the Lake Erie shore. And controlling COVID.
We are not out of it yet. We are, again, very hopeful with the declining numbers.
Weeks of masking, testing, and vaccinating seem to be paying off in Northeast Ohio. We'll get an encouraging update from state health officials.
From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Good evening, and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Laura Casho. It seems we just can't get a break from the snow and now this brutal cold.
We got another dose of it today, and it's another dicey drive home for many tonight. Betsy's here with a first look. Hey there.
Well, in true Lake Effect fashion, this is just kind of aiming in certain areas, but the vast majority of Northeast Ohio is relatively calm as far as the snow goes, but where the snow is coming down is major metro areas, and that is a bit of a problem, specifically out to the east in western sections of Lake County, out around the East Lake area, down into Willowick at this point, straight south toward Pepper Pike, Chagrin Falls, and then another band of the snow is due south of downtown Cleveland, so hitting into portions of Parma and Independence, Broadview Heights, Brecksville, and then straight into Hinckley, Sharon Township, Medina, down into the Wadsworth area, also clipping along parts of western